I welcome you all to this Facebook live medical session on the topic of eczema dermatitis. So, as a part of Eczema Awareness Month, we are bringing continuous medical education live sessions related to eczema and dermatitis. So, if you remember, we have initially covered two live sessions, which covered initially the clinical features, that means the complaints in eczema dermatitis and how do you diagnose such condition. In the second video we had covered what are the treatment options for this condition, that is eczema dermatitis. And continuing with the same, now we have another eminent dermatologist to speak on the topic. This topic will be related to eczema dermatitis with focus on how to prevent the flare up of this disease, that is eczema dermatitis, and specific mention of role of moisturizers in management of eczema dermatitis. So before introducing the speaker for today's live session, I request you all, if you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment section or in the chat box, and we'll try to answer as maximum questions as possible. So moving on, introducing our today's speaker. Our speaker for today is Dr. Amol Nagargoje sir. He is an eminent dermatologist. He has over 6 years of experience. He has done his specialization in dermatology, venerology, and leprology. He is a member of Indian Association of Dermatologists, Venerologists, and Leprologists. Apart from this, he is a member of Association of Cutaneous Surgeons of India, Indian Medical Association, and South Asian Regional Association of Dermatologists. He has multiple publications to his name. With this brief introduction, I now welcome Dr. Sir to give his lecture on eczema prevention of flare-up and specific role of moisturizers. Over to you, sir.
Once again, thanks to Dr. Archal. Uh, Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Amol Nagargoje. I'm a practicing dermatologist at Surex Skin Clinic, Nanded, since 4 years. Today, I will be discussing on atopic eczema. Eczema, that is a dermatitis. It's a type of dermatitis. Dermatitis is nothing but the inflammation of the skin. It is characterized by dry skin, itchy, reddish lesions over the skin. So all eczemas are dermatitis, but not all dermatitis are eczemas. So eczema further classified into exogenous eczema and endogenous eczema. The exogenous eczema is due to external factors, for example, contact dermatitis. The endogenous eczema, that is due to internal factors, for example, is atopic eczema. So there are three clinical stages of eczema. First one is acute, second subacute, third is chronic. So acute stage is characterized by oozing from the lesions. In subacute, there would be a scaling and crusting in the over the lesion, and in chronic there is a lichenification of the skin. So today we will discuss in brief about atopic eczema. It is a chronic human-mediated pruritic inflammatory condition seen in atopic individual. Most seen in atopic individual. What is atopy? Atopy is nothing but recurrent sneezing and with bronchial asthma. So there are many factors due to environmental, genetic, and immunologic factors. There are many certain triggers. First one is seasonal variation that is commonly seen in winter season. Then irritants. In irritants, there would be hot water, soaps, detergents, clothes like woolen clothes. Then stress, psychological stress, infection, and scratching. So now we will discuss about the clinical features of the atopic eczema. Uh, in atopic eczema, there would be a chronic itching, recurrent dermatitis, and dry skin. So atopic eczema is divided into three phases based on age groups. First one is infantile phase, second is childhood phase, third is adult phase. Infantile phase varies from 2 months to 2 years. Uh, in infants, the commonly involvement of the skin is part of the skin is the face, and triggers are viral infection or bacterial infection, or maybe due to seasonal changes. Second one is childhood phase, that is varies from 2 years to 12 years. Most common site of involvement is elbow or knee flexure side of the neck. Uh, Same trigger factors are infection or seasonal variation. Variation. Then adult phase, uh, uh, there would be a single manifestation of the skin. Could be hand eczema or eyelid dermatitis, that is blepharitis. Um, Now we'll move to diagnosis part. So there is no specific investigation to diagnose the atopic eczema. The clinical examination and enough history is sufficient to diagnose the atopic eczema. Now we will move to management part. Management part divided into two groups. First one is preventive part, that is how to avoid flare-up or exacerbation of disease. We will discuss triggers in details. First common triggers is irritant, stress, infection, scratching, and allergen. In irritant, uh, always better to avoid hot water and use lukewarm water for the bath, and your bath should not be exceed more than 10 to 20 minutes. uh, then second, use always use scented bath, that is pH friendly, and fragrance free or preservative free soaps. Then in clothing, always prefer to use loose cotton clothing. Avoid woolen clothing. Then avoid frequent washing of your hands. Avoid avoid contact with soap and detergent. Then second one is avoid vigorous cracking, which leads to secondary infection and which results in exacerbation of atopic eczema. Then we will discuss about stress. The stress is also directly proportional to the exacerbation of atopic eczema. Then allergen. Their allergens maybe could be inhaled allergens or food allergens. In inhaled allergens, for dust, pollen or dust mites, and in food allergens, it's better to avoid milk products, uh, seafood, eggs, soya, wheat. These foods to be avoided in atopic eczema. Those who are having atopic eczema. Then avoid heavy exercise, prolong sun exposure for prolonged duration, and that is enough for preventive part. Then we will move to treatment part. So always consult to a qualified board certified dermatologist for treatment of eczema. So always stick to your treatment. So we will discuss the treatment part. Uh, Consist of systemic or topical medications. In systemic or oral treatment, we give sedative antihistamines to break the itch scratch cycle, uh, to avoid further exacerbation of disease. Then we prefer oral antibiotics if there is a secondary infection. Then systemic short course of oral corticosteroids if they in severe cases, or there is a flare up. In recalcitrant cases, we often give steroid sparing immunosuppressants like methotrexate, azathioprine, or cyclosporine, or mycophenolate mofetil, or biologics. Then we come into topical part. The moisturizer are very important in the management of atopic eczema. So moisturizers should be applied over pre-hydrated skin. That is within 3 minutes of the bath. So it has to be applied in one direction, that is in the direction of hairs, to avoid occlusion folliculitis. Then we move to topical corticosteroids, which varies from uh, mild to mid to potent corticosteroids. The applicable on the area. So we commonly use topical steroids are from dozenoids to mometasone to fluticasone. Then topical immunomodulators like pimecrolimus or tacrolimus can be used for the maintenance of the treatment. So uh, this is the enough. Uh, this, so I have given you a brief um, information about atopic dermatitis. Uh, Thank you for your patience.
So on the topic of eczema and dermatitis, I'm sure all the live attendees will be benefiting from the insights which you have shared. So there are a lot of questions pouring in, sir. Can we take those questions?
Yes, yes. Good.
So, sir, first question is asked by Rahul. He's asking, are there any specific factors that increase the risk of flare-up in eczema?
Yes, there are. As we discussed earlier, there are triggers. Firstly, commonly is irritants, then allergens. Allergens might be inhaled or food allergens. Stress, scratching, uh, then infection. These triggers can exacerbate your atopic eczema.
Right. So, next question is from Pooja. She's asking which type of moisturizers are best suited for eczema treatment.
It depends upon individual to individual. The ideal moisturizer should be preservative free and fragrance free. So
Right. So, next question is from Rishita. She's asking what is the proper method and of application of moisturizer?
uh, okay, it's good question. Moisturizers to be applied within 3 minutes of bath. Then it pat dry with your towel. And moisturizers to be applied in one direction, that is in the direction of hair follicles. Otherwise, you will get occlusion folliculitis. And it has to be applied twice to three times, 2 to 3 times per day.
Right. So next question is again by Rishita. She is asking whether moisturizer should be applied immediately after bathing or there should be a gap in between.
It should be applied immediately after the bath.
Right. So next question is from Naina. She's asking, as winter is coming, what are your recommendations regarding avoidance of eczema?
Uh, I already told, uh, use ample moisturizer, avoid frequent washing of your hands, avoid wearing of woolen clothes, prefer cotton clothes, and uh, that's it.
Right. And the next question is from Pankaj. He's asking for how much duration should one use topical corticosteroid, and is it required in each case of eczema?
No, no, yeah, it's not required in each cases. Uh, it is used for only in flare-up cases if there is acute exacerbation. Otherwise, we won't recommend to use topical corticosteroid. It has many side effects.
Right. So, sir, due to time constraint, we cannot answer more questions. So, I thank you, sir, for taking out time from your busy schedule and share your insights on the topic of your eczema and dermatitis. I'm sure once again that all the live attendees will be benefiting from your insights. I finally thank all the attendees who took out time from their schedules and could attend this live Facebook session. So, stay safe and thank you all for connecting.